Hey there, everybody. It's Brent Harvey with A-Hole Productions, and today is the day before Saturday and the day after Thursday. Starts with an F. It's called Friday, and we fail on Failure Friday, and we learn from it. If not, there's no lesson. It's just another mistake, right? So here we go for Failure Friday. This is what I want to talk about. Not once, but twice have I made this mistake in my life. I love helping people. I do. And I love helping people not to make the mistakes I made, which is hence why we started this video series. So when I got the opportunity to teach acting full time, I was reluctant about it because I was like, I've never taught before, but I'd love to work with people. I'd love to be a teacher and pass my knowledge along. So I got the opportunity to teach acting, and it was the first time in my life that I'd made that much money consistently. All right. Before that, I was hustling. I had multiple jobs, everything else. Before that was the Marine Corps, which was steady money. It just wasn't a lot of money, right? So it was the first time that I felt good about what I was doing, helping other people. I was passionate about that. I was making good, consistent money. I loved the group I was working with. I loved my students. And I was getting paid consistently. So it allowed me to buy a new car, my first new car. It allowed me to upgrade a lot of things in my life. My clothing was a big one. What ended up happening, though, was for the second time in my life, my survival job, which was teaching, I was teaching to be able to be an actor. My teaching job became my career. And my career became my hobby. I taught for 6 years nonstop, and I loved it up until I realized that I was doing it for the wrong reasons. Not initially, but by the end of it, I was unhappy. Every time I made more money, I was still broke. Because I was spending all my money. Because deep down inside, I was trying to fill this void, because what I realized was I was a full-time teacher and a part-time actor instead of being a full-time actor and a part-time teacher. And so, yet again, I put my dream to the side to pursue this capitalistic thing about security of money, acquiring things to have value, to feel like I had value in myself, all these bad things that I didn't believe in, but somehow got sucked back into. So, I pulled the plug. I said I did not come here to be a teacher. I love teaching, don't get me wrong. I wanted to continue to share my information. That's why I'm here. However, my dream, my passion was to be an actor. And I was not going to get to the level I want to get to in Hollywood if I wasn't putting in the time and energy it took to get there. And I couldn't do it with doing it the way I was doing it. I sacrificed my dream all over again, just like when I did when I was in LA for the first time, and then packed up and left and was scared and worried because I didn't have value in myself. I found another excuse, another way to derail myself from my dreams. And that scared me because, as I talked about a few lessons back about being on my deathbed and looking back having regrets, I said, at the end of the day, like, what am I going to say about this time period of my life? People are going to go, oh, you moved to LA to be an actor? What happened? I'll be like, oh, the town's too tough. It sucked. No. If I was being honest with myself, I wasn't putting the work in. And then I look at, like, my kids. Like, I don't have kids yet, but I look at, having kids and the future, and I think my nieces, like, if they came to me and I go to them and I say, hey, go follow your dreams, do what you love, but then I hadn't done it, who the hell am I to tell them that advice? Who am I to teach other actors if I'm not doing it? See, that's the thing. I can talk about this stuff because I'm doing it. And all the struggles and all the failures we talk about on here and all the successes, it's in real time. It's happening because I'm doing it. I wouldn't feel confident teaching it if I wasn't practicing it. I'm the type of person that I don't believe in asking somebody to do something you're not willing to do. So I had to put my money where my mouth was. So I pulled the plug. I said, I'm done. Like, I walked away from it. I walked away from steady money, steady whatever. I said, you know what? If I have to go bankrupt to get myself back on track and to follow this dream. That's what I'm willing to do. I'll do whatever it takes. I'll sleep in my car, whatever, I don't care. But I'm not going to live this way. I'm not going to give up on my dream again and say, oh, well, and give excuses. Put up or shut up time. Walked away from it. Took me 2 years of growth and dealing with myself and coming to terms with who I was and dealing with my demons to really understand what role I wanted to play in this world and in this field, and coming back and teaching, but also being an actor and creating my own content and all the other things that I do right now. And it's funny because as soon as I really just said no, I'm not doing it for money anymore. I literally told myself, if I need to make more money, I better go book another job. I better create a project. I better do something, but I'm not going to go back and teach full time. I'm not going to go back and do construction. I'm not going to do these things that are a crutch for me to have an excuse why my dreams didn't succeed. That's where I came up with the create your way out. It's like, no excuses. And I also, like I say this all the time, you can have excuses or you can have a career. You can't have both. So I had to put my money where my mouth was, and I did. And in a short period of time, it was tough. I mean, it was a tough 2 years of dealing with myself. But in that 2 years, if you want to take the analogy, the caterpillar became the butterfly. Like, it took some time in that cocoon, but I came out. I knew who I was. I knew what I wanted. I had confidence. I said, this is the thing I'm going after, and I started going after it. I started creating. I wrote my first pilot, then I wrote my second pilot, then I wrote a feature film, then I wrote my web series. I started shooting a bunch of stuff, and then all of a sudden, within a short period of time, I was up for 2 Emmys, and then I'm winning awards for my other shorts, and doors are opening left and right for me. I'm booking more jobs. I have people come to me wanting to represent me, and offers every which way, because I finally started doing what it was required of me. I stopped working for the almighty dollar or the capitalistic definition of success, and I started doing what meant a lot to me. One of the biggest things was watching Tom Petty's documentary. It's a 4-hour documentary, and he said I never saw myself doing anything else, so I never entertained it. Like, whether I was rich or poor, this is all I wanted to do, and that's just where I put my focus. He goes, I got lucky in that sense. He goes, but I didn't give myself any other avenues. And then I started seeing other successful people following the same thing of going, they just didn't give themselves a plan B. They didn't give themselves, they said, this is what I want. They put their heart into it, and and they got the benefits out of that. I wanted to be one of those people. I wanted to be one of the people that lived it and breathed it. And again, it's still tough. Like, I got to put myself in check, because instinctually, I want to go back and get a job to do this or to have that security, or whatever it is, But then I go, you know what? That's not what's going to make me happy. And I know the success will come. I know the money will come. I know whatever it is will come if I just stay true to myself, put in the work, and align myself with it, and allow the universe or God, or however you want to label that, to bring it to me, manifest it. But if I'm out of alignment, if I'm doing this for the wrong reasons, which a lot of people are, they sacrifice their dreams for their security, and they get exactly what they put into it, which is not much. I didn't want to be one of those people. And I knew to get where I want to be, I had to do what a lot of people aren't doing. So I started doing that, and guess what? Things started coming to me a lot easier. And I'm having a lot of fun doing it too. Before that, I was miserable. Even when I was acting, I was miserable. But now, the whole creation process, and even now, I work with other people doing art installations and physical installations. And you know what? I'm loving it. It doesn't feel like work to me. And guess what? It started opening doors in my career as an actor, like skipping to the top of the line with Netflix and directors and casting directors and people at the very top, just because I'm doing it for the right reason. I started working with these people because I just wanted a creative outlet outside of acting and everything else. It wasn't about money and it wasn't about anything else. It was just like I just needed another outlet, like going surfing or playing hockey or golf or whatever it is. Like, it can't always be work. It can't always be your career. But when I started doing that, all of a sudden it started freeing up more things. Everything I do at this point, since I walked away from my full-time job, that security, everything I do has moved the ball forward tremendously every day, including writing my web series, as I talked about in another lesson. I wrote my web series, and I got more footing and momentum in the 1 year, and even within that year, within a couple months of doing that project, than I did in the first 7 years of being here and doing mediocre focus on my career and 100% focus on my survival job. So take a lesson from me. If you have to work or do things for money, remember it is your survival job, or it's your income, whatever it is, to fund your dream. But don't lose sight, don't lose track. Like, just do what you have to in that, but put 90% of your energy and focus into your passion, your career, not your job, your career, and then let the job supplement that. Fair enough? And you will be happier that way. And the security and all those things that people are like, oh, you're an actor, what's the security? Believe me, it'll come. You're gonna be all right. Especially if you're in you're a teenager, you're in your 20s, you'll be fine. And every day is an opportunity to start all over again. You've never gone too far away from the shore to start swimming back, or to swim to a different shore, if that makes sense. I'm gonna stop there. Fair enough? Cool. So, as always, if there's any thoughts, questions, concerns, please leave them below. We'd love to hear that, even if it's like a lot of people go, this is a beautiful picture. Yeah, we got it. It's a beautiful picture. We're talking about the information inside. Thank you, though. All right? If you find this video valuable for yourself or other people and your friends, family, or other creative people, please share it with them, because at A-Hole Productions, our goal, which we're achieving every day, is to reach out to the global artistic community and motivate them and encourage them to follow their dreams and break this dichotomy that you have to have a corporate job or have to have security or whatever it is, this socialistic, capitalistic, I should say, idea that that's what success is. Happiness, joy, expressing yourself, that is happiness. Believe me, I've been through it, and I want you all to experience that. So, share it with your friends, family, enemies, anybody else in the world. And until next time, I'm Brent Harvey saying, go out there, follow your heart, follow your instincts, and trust that everything's going to fall into place to support you. Aight. See you then. See you next. I don't know. I'm not